Hi, I'm Gary. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm building the new Lockheed Martin F-35A in 1/72nd scale from REVELL. Now this is from a test moulding, so it isn't the same plastic as you will get in the kit in the shops, but the parts are as they should be. If you like this video, please do remember, give it the old Imperial thumbs up, hit the notification bell and subscribe to the channel. It's free and a great way to show your support. Before we get down to making this kit, let's have a look at the paints and products I've used. First job for me is to go through the instructions and drill out bits I need to, like the spots for the drag chute container, Lunenburg lenses and the stores pylons on the wings. We start this build with the bomb bay interior. It's been painted white, then I'm just going to add a few details in silver and in black by brush. After that I'll add some panel line wash. This is a water-based one that will dry a little bit less aggressively and will help pull detail from the build later on. Then there are some more bits and pieces of internal fitment to go. Among them are two bomb racks for the JDAM bombs I'm fitting later. Then these things that look like hydraulic accumulators. There are end walls of the bomb bay to go on, also washed in the panel liner. Next are a couple of pipe runs along the inside. These can be a little tricky to locate, so just take your time with them. When all of that is done, you can set the bomb bay into the lower fuselage half. At the same time, add the main gear wells, also pre-painted in white. On to the air intakes now. I've pre-painted the interior part white and the exterior ramp in have-glass grey. Then the outside part of the intake is attached, also painted white. Once set, the intakes can be slotted into the lower fuselage. Next up is the nose gear bay, four walls glued together and again painted white. The cockpit tub sits on top of the wheel well. I've painted the tub grey and picked out a few panels in black. We really don't need to do too much to this until much later on. But it is important to remember here to fit the panel for the entrance ladder if you're going to use it. Then the cockpit tub and nose wheel bay can go into the lower fuselage. Now for the nose weight, REVELL say to add 20 grams, but I'm just going to fill the lower bit of the nose with liquid gravity, which should do the trick. Once it's poured on, I'll seal it in with some clear PVA over the top. And when it's dry, I can fit the top half of the fuselage to the lower. Tape it up and glue it. I found the fit to be excellent. When it's all set up, I'm adding extras such as the Lunenburg lenses. These enable the aircraft to be seen by radar during peacetime, and the box for the drag parachute for use on the shorter European runways. Next, I'm putting the flaps on. Now, these need a small fillet to be fitted depending on whether they're deployed or not. But what I found out in this pre-release set was that the part numbers weren't correct. Here you can see the part is way too big and the flap just doesn't sit correctly. Now I know this has been amended in the second version of the instructions, but do just double check the fit. If the flaps are deployed, use the smaller fillets. If not, then use the longer ones. Moving on, I'm adding the stabilators, or the tailplanes if you will. Now I'm going to put the closed bomb bay doors on to protect the interior while I paint the aircraft. I use a few dabs of clear PVA to hold them in place. With the plane still on its back, I'm adding the wing pylons. This model is in full beast mode. Then I can turn it over and add the tail fins. I'm now going to prepare the glass for painting, and I'm using this set of paint masks from CT Scale Models, which you can easily buy through Facebook. There are two sets of masks for the chin optical sensor, one for realism and one for slightly easier placing. I'm using the realistic set and placing them with the sensor window still on the frame. When it's ready, I can put the glass over the sensors and secure with some clear PVA glue. Now, while I've got a moment, I'm going to make the bombs. I'm using 4 JDAMs. Each of these simply comes in 2 halves. I'm also adding 2 paveways. Each of these come in 2 halves, but also have extra tail fins that need to be added. All the air-to-air missiles are single piece mouldings. Now, the canopy comes with a separate grey plastic frame which I've already sprayed black, but then I've put the canopy on that and I'm masking it so the top can be sprayed with the exterior have glass grey colour. The mask set covers the edges well, and I'll fill in the rest with Mr. Masking solution. Then I'll spray the whole aircraft. That's a lot to dry, so while that's doing, I'll paint the instrument panel black and add the instrument decal to it. I'll also make the exhaust for the engine. This is a 2-part tailpipe that I've painted inside with a burnt iron colour. At one end goes the rear turbine of the engine, and then the exhaust petals go on the other end. Now these I've painted in an iron colour and weathered with an oil wash. With the exterior paint dry and some decals added, I'm going to place the engine exhaust into the fuselage. Now this has saved me a lot of difficult masking. The nose gear bay has 2 door supports that need to be fitted. The nose gear leg itself has this hydraulic reservoir to be added, then the oleo scissor, and finally a landing light housing. Then the leg goes into the rear of the gear bay. There's a small bracing bar that needs to be fitted as well. Each main gear leg has an actuator arm that needs to be glued in place, and also the oleo scissor on the forward side of the leg. Each gear leg fits easily into a slot at the rear of the gear bay, then a bracing arm is added from the front of the bay to the leg. Now once the legs are set firmly in place, you can add the wheels. Next, the bomb bay doors and the inner doors can each carry an AIM-120 missile. It's an ingenious use of space for a stealthy aircraft. The outer doors can also go on at this point. Back to the cockpit now, and the instrument panel is glued inside the top coaming. The ejection seat comes with the frame and the seat in 2 parts. Join these together and then the sides are added. Once set and painted, the seat can slot into the cockpit. Then you can put the pilot figure in if you're using one, and the throttle and control sticks can go in after that. They're fiddly, but they will go into place. I'm using the crew ladder, so I'll add that at this point. If you're not using it, then there's a panel piece to blank the gap. Then the fully set instrument panel is dropped into its place. I'm having the canopy open, so there's a front hinge and 2 risers to add. I'll paint these black, and when they've set, I'll put the canopy on top. And that is my F-35A built. Well, there it is. It's a long build if you want to put in all of the options, but worth it because the kit goes together very, very well. I love how much choice there is with things like the crew ladder, FOD guards, weapons, parachute housing, Lunenburg lenses, so on and so forth. Remarkable value for about £30 retail in the UK. Now, if you've enjoyed the video, please do remember, give it the old Imperial thumbs up, hit the notification bell and subscribe to the channel. Thanks so much for watching today, and goodbye.